Welcome to From the Den podcast, providing Bears and NFL fans alike with compelling news, discussion, and debate. I'm your co-host Benjamin, joined alongside my dear friend and co-host Oren.
Hey Benjamin, let's get right into it. As always, kickoff starts now.
Yeah, and like what I'm saying is that what's interesting about the Bears offense, and I think we'll get to it later, but the Bears offense has a lot of speedy players. And I think that Ted Ginn's primary use is for his speed. I don't think that the Bears are trying to use him as a real receiver like a Anthony Miller and Allen Robinson. They're using him for his speed. And I know this sounds a bit...
Okay, would you say that the Bears used Taylor Gabriel for his speed?
No, they used him as an all-around receiver whose strength was speed. Ted Ginn is used for his speed. Taylor Gabriel is the wide receiver too.
Again, I just don't like. We've been over this, but what leads you? So you just think that Taylor Gabriel is a better receiver than Ted Ginn?
Yes, he's a better cat. He's a better route running receiver. He's younger. He's a better catching receiver, and I just think that there's really Ted Ginn and Taylor Gabriel's proven statistically in the past few years that he's been a lot more reliable than Ted Ginn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. I would rather have Ted Ginn on this roster than Taylor Gabriel for the fact that Ted Ginn costs $1 or $2 million while Taylor Gabriel costs $7 or $8. Those $6 million are a lot of money. That could get you a really solid player. And what I'm going back to what I'm saying is that I think Ted Ginn will be classified as a wide receiver 3. But I think especially in this Bears offense, they want a wide receiver or any player that'll take the top off of defense. I use that expression a lot. And I'm not going to include Darnell Mooney in this because even though I do think he's a good receiver and he shows a lot of potential.
He's drafted
in college.
I mean, the wide receivers of the Bears have drafted late. Javon Wims and Radley Ridley haven't had an impact in their 2 years, so I don't see why Darnell Mooney would immediately have one.
Exactly, and unless he's some incredible specimen of – because he's some crazy, amazing player.
I mean, Tyreek Hill, wasn't he drafted like 5th round?
Yeah, but
it's also the Chiefs, two different teams, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, unless this guy's amazing, but I'm assuming that he's a 5th-round pick for a reason, and he might even be better than a 5th-round pick, a 3rd-round pick. But Tyreek Hill is one of the best players, if not the best player of that draft. I don't remember who exactly was in it, but you could make a debate for him. He's one of the best receivers in the NFL, and I don't think that Darnell Mooney will ever be that. And I'm going to not include him in this, but the Bears don't want to have 3 speed receive players. They don't want Tariq Cohen, Ted Ginn in the same play. They don't want Ted Ginn and Cordell Patterson in the same play. So
Cordell Patterson is interesting, though. We had the debate about Cordell Patterson. I think I've turned around a little bit because he's unique in that he's not like Tyreek Hill or other returners. He's a big guy, so he could be used in a variety of ways, honestly. And I looked. I was doing some research after, and he's not a terrible pass catcher. And so, yeah, I agree with Cordell Patterson that he should be used more in the offense, but I don't think he fits in the category of just pure speed.
Yeah, but also what I would like to say is that, going back to what I was saying earlier, that they don't want more than 2 speed receivers because what's the point? I mean, speed receivers, I get that Tariq Cohen isn't only speed, and he's still a fine receiver and a fine route runner. But wouldn't you rather have Anthony Miller, who's a better receiver?
Tariq Cohen's a running back. We got to remember. We can't just act like
he's still a primary. I would say he's more often used in pass plays than
Okay. Well, here's an interesting question, actually. Yeah, I'll let you finish, and then I'll pose my interesting question.
Okay, so the Bears are not going to want 2 speedy receivers, and it's not like the Bears are going to take Tariq Cohen out of their offense. Tariq Cohen is still going to be a big part, and he will play a lot of snaps. So I do believe that there will be games where Javon Wims or Radley Ridley will get more snaps than Ted Ginn, even though Ted Ginn is classified as a wide receiver 3.
So you're just making sure I understand your point. You'd say that Ted Ginn is better than Radley Ridley or Javon Wims, but because the Bears don't want to have 2 of those speed receivers involved at the same time in the same game, there would be times when Javon Wims would get more of a significant role. Just Javon Wims, for example.
Exactly. So the Bears, it's not like it's bad having Tariq Cohen and Ted Ginn in the same play. And there probably will be plays where that'll happen. But
because I don't think Tariq Cohen or Ted Ginn is just a speed receiver, or at least with your logic, he's a speed receiver. I think he could be a little more. But Tariq Cohen is definitely not just a speedster. He's not just running fade routes. He could be involved way more in this offense.
Yeah,
So I don't know if your logic about
no, but
two of the same.
Wouldn't you rather have Javon Wims or Riley?
No, if Javon Wims and Javon Riley really are bad, then I'll take two players that are maybe a little bit similar. The Packers put up like 5 of the same like tall wide receivers every time, and they do fine.
No, I get it. But the difference is that a speed receiver is mostly used to open up the defense. And I get that you could still use him in different ways, but why try to...
Right, okay, but again, it's not like Tariq Cohen...
route runner. He's a better catching. He's a better receiver. He's better at catching. He's a better route runner than Tariq Cohen because he plays at the wide receiver position. And if Ted Ginn was a great route runner and a great receiver, the Bears would have got him for $8 million, not $1 million. Not $1 million.
Maybe they just got him cheap. I mean, Clinton Dix is a pretty great player, and they got him for cheap.
I get it, but it's not like
he's also old. He's old. He's not. I'm not saying he's amazing, but I'm just saying
Ted Ginn would have put up statistically 1,000-yard season. He would have gotten 1,000 yards in multiple different seasons if he was actually a wide receiver who was a good route runner. Tariq Cohen, he proved that he's not just a speed player, but Javon Wims plays receiver, and he doesn't have that speed. Javon Wims has still been able to produce. Therefore, he is a better route runner, which can be seen in the way he plays, and he's better at catching because Tariq Cohen drops a lot. And Ted Ginn, I don't know that much about Ted Ginn, but I know that Cordell Patterson may not be the worst receiver, but he drops a solid amount of passes, not a ridiculous amount, but he's not the most reliable receiver. So I would still rather have Javon Wims in than 2 speedy receivers.
If you enjoyed this episode of From the Den, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video.
Or, if you're a Packers fan, remember to dislike and leave a nasty comment. Click the links on the screen to access additional content.